For the purposes of this training video, we will be proxying in as Trevin Hunter. This is the landing page in Workday that appears after you log in. All P-card transactions will show under your notifications, which can be accessed via the bell icon. Once there, you will see Procurement Credit Card Transactions Not Verified. Select it. There you will see the Verify Procurement Card Transaction button. Select the button and it will take you to the Verify Procurement Card Transaction screen. Here you can select the transaction and then press OK, and it will allow you to start processing. Another way to get to this screen is using the search bar in Workday. Type in Verify Procurement Card Transactions. This will take you to the same Verify Procurement Card Transactions screen, and you can then select the transaction and select OK. When verifying transactions, please ensure you are reviewing all required fields. A required field is spend category. Click on the field and it will show you all the spend categories that you can select from. If you already know the spend category, you can also just search, and it will give you search results to select. In addition to the spend category, you must also enter the memo. The memo field is where you enter the business purpose, which indicates why you purchased the item. Also verify the fund and the cost center. Additional work tags and fields are available so that you can enter or verify project or grant data related to the transaction. Attachments are required. You can drop the receipt file here or select Files. Workday will confirm once the attachment has been successfully uploaded. Once you have verified all fields and selected the receipt attachment, you can press Submit. Once you press Submit, the transaction will be routed to your approver. You can view details of the P-card transaction under Details in Process, and you will see the status is noted as in progress. A few things to note if verifying P-card transactions. If a grant work tag is selected, then it will go to a grant coordinator and approver. A supplier can be entered, but if the supplier does not appear, then bypass this step. It is not a required field. The purchase order field should always be left blank. Sales tax collected won't have an impact on your report. Do not select item since it will update the quantity and it will change the transaction amount section, making it very difficult to reconcile. Do not worry about selecting default tax option or default tax code. If you need to associate the transaction to other fields, such as multiple cost centers, you can split a transaction. First, begin the verification using the steps we have covered in this video. Under Transaction Details, scroll all the way to the right. Click the 0 in the Splits column. In the pop-up screen, select Amount from the drop-down. A new screen will appear where you can split the transaction by percent or dollar amount. If you enter a percent, the amount will auto-populate. If you enter the amount, the percent will auto-populate. Make sure the split is amounting to 100%. So let's add another row and make it 50%. Workday will let you know the amount split and if there's any remaining amount to be split. From here, you can edit the split transactions, such as changing the fund or cost center. Always make sure to enter all required fields as well as the memo fields. When complete, select Done. And when returning to the transaction details screens, Make sure to fill in memo and spend category before submitting. All rules and validations will still apply to the verification. You can put multiple transactions into the same report. Just select the transactions you would like to move over and select OK. Make sure to click on each one of them to update them and update each field individually. Workday will not pre-populate or copy from each other. Be mindful that when you hit submit, if the other items are not completed, it will give you an error for incomplete fields in the item and transaction. Once you have completed the transactions, you can select submit. If there are transactions left with the exclamation mark, you can save for later and come back to finalize. To verify the status of your transactions, go to My Procurement Card Transaction Verifications. This will show you the process history and where all of your procurement card transaction verifications stand. You can filter by status. To see incomplete transactions, filter the status by draft. To continue editing this transaction, hover over the magnifying glass, which will show the three dots. Select the three dots and hover over Procurement Card Transactions and press the Edit button. This will take you back to the transaction screen where you can complete the verification as you would a normal transaction and select Submit once completed, or save for later. Once you have submitted a procurement card transaction, it will show as the status in progress as it goes through the approval process. To verify the process history, go to the magnifying glass under the transaction you want to select, and then select Process History. This will show the status. As you can see here, it is awaiting action, and the approver where it is pending. Trevin will receive an inbox notification that the P-card transaction verification has been returned to him. As you can see here, it was sent back by Michael. Scrolling down, he can see any comments made as well as the process history. As you can see here, Michael made the comment that the transaction has been sent back due to the cost center being incorrect. We are going to go ahead and correct the cost center. Enter a comment letting the approver know what you've edited. And press Submit. This will go back to Michael Bennett for approval and review. After the P-card approver has finalized the approval process, the requester can review the notification bell to see the status of the completed transaction. A requester can also go to My Procurement Card Transaction Verification to verify the status. As you can see, I have filtered by status approved to find the completed transaction.